All right, here's hoping there is no echo. How's that sound,
Oh
guys?
no, there's a ton of echo.
Are
Game
you
over.
fucking kidding
I'm
me? God
kidding. I'm
damn
totally
it.
kidding.
Fucking hate every fucking one of you.
So,
I'm the
so I,
only one that did it this time. Don't blame
Welcome to
them.
the show.
so I do hear an echo still. So it definitely was the mushrooms, not the computer. I got it now.
Happy we got that established.
Well, welcome to the show, Barf.
What's going on, guys?
Just loving technology.
It's a gift and a
Not-
curse. Gift and
not
a
at all.
curse.
That's
The
for
first-
sure.
The first real question I have for you is: did your name come from Spaceballs?
I am my own best friend. 50-50. So originally, I was on the road. I love the movie, so I just took it out. I was on the road playing with a band, and I was handing out flyers. Young, 19 years old. We were on tour with a known band, and a rather large woman came walking out of the room, and I went to hand her a flyer, and she just like scoffed at me and threw it on the floor. And I went very colorful on my descriptions of who she was, and my guitar player went to say my name, but he went fucking barf, and that's literally how it started.
We ran with it.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
22 years later, I'm still stuck with the damn name.
Fair enough. That's usually all it takes.
Yep. So I got to meet you guys at a Rockin' Pod. It was a really cool experience. That was the first time we'd ever been there, and of course we had plenty of technical difficulties there, which made me go out and get a whole bunch of new things, and then come to find out it didn't fix anything earlier. But you saved
don't know
my
how to work it.
ass.
It's what I'm here for. It's literally what I do. Is I it's all I do is help people out. I'm a giver. I'm here to help kids.
And Randy, since you started off with that, that was actually in my notes too, because you did have a chance to meet Randy out there, and Randy's pretty much like the inspiration for our little podcast that we do. If it wasn't for Randy, we wouldn't be doing this to this point to this day. What's your guys' inspiration with your band, and how did you guys get started?
See, that's a hodgepodge question. So I've known Jordan and Matt since they were like 16 years old, and I am much older than them. And a mutual friend of theirs had me help them out and coach them on the way, like, all right, how to sound like how to get out from the normal garage bands and how to be a regular, not regular, but how to be a real band. How to look professional. Fake it till you make it, but look professional, sound professional, all those deals. So I've known them since they were kids. So I know Jordan's inspiration behind a lot of it is the arena bands. The hair, the teasing. That was his thing, and I will have to send you some wonderful, embarrassing pictures of him. But besides that, like my music inspiration has always been actually very doo-wop, the 50s. That what's going to get people to dance and tap along and keep that song in your head after the music's over.
Awesome. So how do you go about writing a song, and what do you feel like makes a hit song? What elements does it have to contain before you're like, yep, that's it.
Whenever I write, it's got to be if I hear a little jingle in my head and I can't get it out of my head, and then if I forget about it, and then like 3 days later I'm doing something else and it pops back in my head, then it's like, all right, I got to write this down. I got to get this, and then from there that's when the collab part comes in. So I might go, here's my hook, and then Matt or Jordan will be like, all right, I hear this, I hear that, and then sometimes it's just one night you get, you smoke a little too much, and then you're just pounding out something, and you send it to the guys, and they'll go, stop smoking.
But I see where you were going.
Right. And then eventually they're like, hey, remember when you were really, really just covered in Fritos and just playing along? Look, here's the idea you might have had. I'm like, that sounds good.
Here's the direction.
Oh man, I love it. So speaking of, how do you go about writing the song? So are you the main songwriter? Do you come up with a riff and then just deliver it to them?
So when I joined the band, I was asked to fill in because their bass player dropped out at the last minute before they went on tour. So the first album was just me helping out. Then then came Christmas time, and I was like, all right, let's. And I'm an idiot for saying it, but I told them we should do a Christmas song because that's the easiest way to keep money in our bank for years to come. And so that was my first time writing a song in 10 years. And then, so we did this stupid, what's that? The Heat Miser versus Snow Miser. And so that clicked. And then I said, let me bring a couple more songs to the table. So pretty much like we'll all have ideas. And if it's a full song, it's cool. We have a full song here. This is what I wrote, which since Jordan and I have different writing styles and the sound of the band is what the sound of the band is, we have to see if it can mesh and make it sound like it's a cohesive part. So like the song Carrie that we just released, I wrote that song a long time ago, and Jordan and I were talking about the image and direction of the band, and he wants to get how we wanted to get there. So I showed him a few licks, and he's like, you know what? We're going to do something with this. We're going to do something with this. I'm like, okay, sure. And luckily it worked out.
I think since you just brought up the song Carrie, I'm going to assume that Randy has a little bit of that queued up to play a little clip of.
I just might have that.
then I got a spin-off question afterwards for you about that as well. So,
all right, here we go with Carrie. Yeah, that is so fun, dude.
It is fun, and I think I did a lot of scrolling through you guys' stuff today. I think you guys would be a good group of guys just to hang out with. It'd be so much fun just watching the antics that I saw.
Yes. As long as you don't get offended easily and are not afraid to possibly run from the police, please hang out with us.
The running, I might be in trouble because I'm not a fast runner anymore. But...
I mean, I'm not running. I'm just saying. You might want to.
It's gonna be funny watching the others run.
Yes.
No.
Hey,
So
look at run.
So the spin-off question I had for you about your song Carrie, are you guys all horror film fans? Or is it just you that has the inspiration through the horror films?
Jordan is a big horror film nut. And Matt, I don't know about Matt. Matt and he and I have the dark humor. So that's where him and I get along. We make horrible jokes. Jordan and I, we click on music and the movies and the horror movie stuff. I'm always a big fan of the classics. I'm still trying to get used to after that Friday the 13th remake, with the CGI Freddy Krueger. I stopped watching horror movies for a while. I was like, what is this shit? I was very angry. I'm like, just come on, kids, just put some latex on. That's what made that's what made those horror movies great, because it was a real idiot in toxic chemicals on his face, slashing people. None of this none of these computers, and I'll stop before I go on a full tirade about CGI.
So this kind of reminds me a little bit of stuff like Ice Nine Kills. Have you gotten into Ice Nine Kills at all?
Yes. So funny enough, before Ice Nine Kills actually broke out into the mainstream, I mean, we're going back Oh God, I was probably 25. We got to open up for them in Vineland, New Jersey.
Whoa, nice.
You know, and this was well before anything even close came out that got them onto the radio.
Yeah.
So and it's a good, and it helps musicians, especially younger musicians, realize that you're not the average band's going to get picked up overnight, but at 17 years old, you're not going to have those bands. You know, most of these guys that you're seeing on stage now, they're in their 40s and close to their 50s. Some of them,
Right.
you know, they've been chomping at the grip. So it and then playing with Ice Nine Kills is one of those things, because I heard them back then. I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? and then my one buddy comes up to me, you know, a few years ago, he's like, dude, you got to hear this. And I'm like, the Silver Scream, like, these guys are still around? Holy shit, you know.
That's awesome.
So yeah, Ice Nine's Kill. I'm a rockabilly, psychobilly guy, so all the music mainly, and reggae for some reason. It's all horror movies. You know, hot rods and horror movies is kind of my thing.
Good stuff. Did you see the Hey Bar from Andy Parker? Andy Parker's probably the one you're thinking of that does the movie reviews and has.
You know why? Because I heard Randy. You know,
Gotcha.
Randy.
But here you go.
What's up, Andy? How you doing, man? Yeah, that's what he was the one. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, they were actually great. They were our neighbors at Rockin' Pod, and the first ones to actually talk to us. You know, me we're just like, we know absolutely nobody here. He stumbles over. He's like, "Hey, neighbors, what's your names? What do you do? What are you into? Are you guys going to the show tonight?" Yeah, I'm like, "Fuck, dude."
I'm the best friend.
And that's awesome, because like
I loved it.
especially in those type of environments where everyone's got ego and you know, trying to be something that they're not, or bigger than they are. It's kind of cool when you meet the friendly guy who's just there for the real reason of fun, shooting the shit, making a friend, getting a contact. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely. They were absolutely wonderful. They had all kinds of good advice.
and
They
had
told us,
candy.
what's that?
And they had candy, so that always
Hell
helps.
yeah, they did.
It
Yeah,
helps
a little
a guy
drum.
like me.
Oh, it's good stuff. Yeah, we got to see him again at the comedy show. Did you go to the comedy show?
Nah, so I literally flew in, did the Rockin' Pod, and had to fly out.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
That-
it's, you know, having a real job.
Understandable.
That's one of the things that I was going to ask. How do you balance your life with work, family, and a rock band?
So I am a fortunate one where family is not a problem, because I live nowhere near family. And pretty much it's just me and my dogs here. And then my job's a 9 to 5. And luckily my boss was an old friend of mine from back in the day. So he kind of knows, like, I don't take a day off unless I have to, unless it's something like going to
Right.
Rockin' Pod. I work 7 days a week unless there's a music event. And right now we're recording the album. So literally it's been go to work, come home, record till 9, 10 o'clock, and then let the dogs out, and then go, you know, smoke a joint and go to bed. And I've been doing that for weeks. We finally just finished tracking everything. So now I can hang out with you guys.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
That's
So
not a bad deal.
when are we expecting something new to go right along with this one that I've got?
Ooh,
Oh,
oh yeah.
shit.
You have it on back. You have it backwards though. But
Backwards. What? Oh no, I think that's because you guys you guys signed it.
That's why he was like, "What is that?"
You guys
It's
put it
missing a
back-
person.
You put it back wrong.
Oh yeah, Randy, blame the guest. Good job.
Yeah, fine. He'll
I-
just take his signature back.
I have never heard someone complain me sliding it in wrong. I'm just saying.
In is in. Come on now.
Oh shit.
Sometimes you gotta force it. Sometimes you spit on it. It's fine. But, so we have Carrie that's released. That's out
Huh?
everywhere now. we have a new single getting ready to. It's going through all the whatever. I don't know. I'm from the era before MySpace, so I don't know the digital stuff that well. It's going through that process, whatever that is. Jordan's got to do the computer stuff. So we have another song called Detonator coming out in probably another month or 6 weeks ish. Should be coming out soon. And then we're going to be doing a 6-week rollout, couple singles. And then hopefully the guy who's mixing and engineering our album is he's about to go to Japan on tour. He's a guitar tech for a band called Ballyhoo out of Baltimore. So he's going to be in Japan with them for a little bit. So we got to, we gave him enough time to make sure it's perfect and fine. And we can sit there and as these 6-week rollouts happen, it'll be good.
That's pretty sick.
Right on.
So with that and the upcoming release stuff, is there potentially an upcoming tour as well for you guys?
We're trying. Our drummer is getting married because he's an idiot.
Right.
Who gets married? No. So with his wedding last year, Jordan was planning a wedding, and it was just unneeded stress. So we're probably going to do like Weekend Warrior style once Matt is finally tied the knot and realizes that he made a mistake. No. His wife.
She will never see this.
She might. No. His girl is a wonderful broad. So, but yeah, we're probably going to do Weekend Warrior gigs. I know this summer there is a festival up in New Jersey. We're tentatively playing. It's just hey, we might be doing it again. You want to do it? Sure. Who knows? But we are planning a tour soon. It'll probably be, probably Nashville, Philadelphia, New York City, the whole East Coast again. We're trying to do Florida, like a full Florida run, whatever we can get to, whatever they can get to. I do what I want. I don't have anybody to answer to.
Right. Just tell me when and where. I'll be there.
Yeah. It's who can watch my dogs? Can you watch my dogs for a couple of weeks? Sure, thanks. And then I'm good to go.
I'm out. Fair enough.
No,
I love
honey.
your life.
Hey, honey, the band wants to go on tour. Nope, I don't have to worry about that.
Tell your dog, hey, you're gonna have a new friend for a week.
Honey, can you sign this permission slip? Thanks, babe. Love you. I don't know.
Oh, so how do you feel like your sound has evolved over the years from the beginning to Carrie, and what you're tracking now? How do you think that you guys have matured, and if so, in what ways?
We have definitely not matured, that's for sure. I'm 40 years old and I haven't matured for shit. No, but that's the best part about music. Music is ever evolving. If you listen to bands from, like, I'm trying to think of a good band to use. Like U2 doesn't sound like U2 from the 1980s. U2, right. Ergo, I believe they suck and they're a horrible band, but they make more money than I do. So I can't say anything. What was it with Kiss? Gene Simmons just tried to lick my tape. So it's ever evolving, which is good because Jordan has his feel in writing and how he writes and how he plays. Where I'm a drummer by trade, so I write like a drummer. I want to make sure the drummer is, that's the whole pocket, that's that feel, that's that dance. So I don't care what it is as long as it's tight and I can see someone shaking their ass in the crowd. So it's ever evolving. I feel like because we're not even going to stop writing. It's just, all right, we got this group of songs on, we're going to write the next batch. And hopefully it's a little heavier, a little harder, not as arena sounding is my personal feeling, but a little more in your face, more grit, more, kind of like how Pantera went from glam to fucking Pantera.
Right.
That's kind of where I'm going. I mean, or I wouldn't mind doing Alice Cooper style, just decapitating people on stage, like that.
Sounds fun at least.
Yeah, exactly. Like you, I'm sure Ashton, you've heard of Gwar.
Oh yeah.
do you go to Guar for the music or for the show?
For the show.
Exactly. You put on a good show, you will always get a listener. That's my
Oh,
theory.
hell yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
So are they going to let you throw in any kind of rockabilly at any point? I mean,
yeah, we're baby steps, like training wheels. You know, we gotta learn how to write it together without deviating from the sound. Like, you know, everybody knows a Nickelback song. Everybody knows that, like, you don't even need to hear the words, and you'll hear just that tone and that noise,
Yeah.
that signature sound.
right.
You know, everybody knows. You know, I'm trying to think, like, what's his name? Desmond Childs. Everybody knows that, like, who know music. Everybody knows a Desmond Child song. Just within the first 5 seconds of hearing an introduction, you're going, "That's a Desmond Child song."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we still, if we're going to evolve, we still need to keep that sound. If that makes sense, like the key, like the signature.
No, absolutely. Speaking of songs like that, Summer of '69, what made you guys do that song? And I love your arrangement on that. It was absolutely wonderful.
So that's a Jordan song. Jordan he loves the '80s, and it's a good song because everybody knows it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fuck it up. You know what I mean? So I can't speak why Jordan wanted to do that song when Matt, him, and the previous Dan, the bass player, what they were thinking of when they wrote it. But it is a song you can't fuck it up, and everybody loves it. You go to any of these bars in town, you're gonna hear it played, and every little girl's gonna shake their ass to it still to this day. So, you know, back to, as long as you're shaking your ass in the crowd, I don't care what we're playing.
But you
Mission
definitely
accomplished.
have your own flavor to it. That's for sure. I was like, I could pick you guys out of that. It sounds like you.
That's good. That means we're doing our job, getting that signature sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I like the cover ideas. I always try to I always throw like a random cover idea in, just because if we're playing a set and let's say we run through it too fast, you know, throw another cover in there. Or if the crowd's kind of dry, you know, throw a cover in, you know. If you know, I know if I'm at a bar where there's predominantly females and they're not dressed as rock or metal, you know, you throw in Summer of '69, they're gonna dance to it. If I'm at a bar and I see a bunch of people there that are kind of metal looking and they're not feeling the vibe, you throw in a Misfits song, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit," you know.
I know this one.
Exactly. They're gonna sing and they're gonna dance, and from then for the rest of the night, you could bomb the rest of the set. That person's gonna come up to you and go, buy a CD, buy a shirt, and say, "Yo, good job covering that Misfits song, man." You know?
Yeah, he's engaged now. He's all in.
That's the point. And that's the best part about doing covers. Sometimes people go a little too cover heavy, like Volbeat, but I mean,
Right.
But then again, they're Volbeat. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
They've earned it.
Exactly.
So where can everybody find everything about you? Where's your merch? Where's the best landing page? Where can everybody find you?
thehungryanddangerous.com. We do have a link tree. I think it's linktree/hungryanddangerous. But you go on Hungry and Dangerous, you see, bam, there's our artwork, t-shirt designs. For this round, we used to design our own merchandise until some dickhead on TikTok kind of got shitty with us about it. So we actually,
Of course.
that's a kid tried to get us kicked off TikTok for it, but
That's ridiculous.
so we teamed up with the Souls Ablaze company. The artist there, she had an idea. She whipped it up. I mean, it was one of those, hey, I have an idea for this. This is what I'm thinking of. And she, half hour later, she's like, how's this look? I'm like, oh, fuck you. I'm sitting there, I'm on Canva, just like looking at it, going,
I dig it.
yeah. So yeah, you can get. That's the number one spot to find everything. For more shenanigans based and things like that, there's our Instagram, the Hungry and Dangerous, and Facebook page. And 9 times out of 10, when Jordan posts something, I'm going to make fun of him anyway, just because it's what I do. I troll myself. I don't care. So yeah, But hungryanddangerous.com is the best spot to find all Hungry and Dangerous. And then Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Your Mother's Ass, YouTube. It's all out there.
My
I don't know
mother's
why.
ass is all out there. That's
It's all out there. I mean, just cheeks ablaze. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know why Jordan even let me do this by myself. Like,
He's like, he's got it.
It's good times.
he's doing something. He's like, "Hey, man, I need you to do this tonight." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." Then in the back of my mind, I'm going, "Are you sure?
You fucked up.
You done fucked up, hey Ron."
Now you got that permission slip. I need you to sign this.
No, we're
Right.
not going to say anything offensive tonight, right? About that.
It's a terms
So-
of service that you just click accept, never actually read.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That, and I tell anybody, like, I mean, just before we started, Ashton, I said, I'm like, look, if I come off too harsh, I apologize, but this is who I am.
No, we love
Oh,
it. We love it.
Oh yeah.
So, Randy, I got-
Anyway,
Randy, I got a question for you. Why are
What's
you
up?
called the Screaming Demon?
Well,
because he's stupid.
oh, what the? Because
Anyway.
I really love my '80s music, and I really like to sing along and start screaming, boy.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
He was a vocalist to a band a couple decades ago.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, I was kind of
Oh,
curious.
yeah.
I mean,
But I love to scream.
That's good. I that is the one thing I wish I could do is do a real like that guttural. Just,
Yeah.
I can't do
Oh
it.
yeah.
You know,
I've
you
been practicing, but I still can't.
want doo-wop and 3-chord harmonies and 4-part harmonies going. Yeah, sure, call me. You want me to scream? No, it's like yeah.
Sound like Kermit the Frog on the toilet.
I know, like Muddy Waters passing a kidney stone.
Oh shit.
That is the one thing. That's the one thing I can't do is scream. It's the one thing I wish I could do. I've always tried, even since I was a little kid. Like even hearing the Metallica, yeah. You know, I can just. How do you do it? You know.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's a whole nother league.
Yeah, like and I'm sure you've read the books, the Heat and Fire and all that shit. Still can't figure it out. Can't figure it out.
Oh yeah, and I've seen professionals like Will Ramos and Alex the Terrible. They're just like, oh hey, here's a step-by-step tutorial on how to scream like me. Still can't fucking do it.
And it sucks because you can't say I want my money back because well it's free anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just pissed off now.
Can I have my 30 seconds of life back, please?
For real.
Just don't punch me in the face, Alex. It's terrible. You scare the fuck out of me.
Oh my god, big
Have you
angry
seen-
Russian man busts
have
his
you-
forehead open. Nope.
Did you see his bare knuckle fighting? His
Oh,
bare
yeah.
knuckle. Dude, 30 seconds knocks a dude out. Nope. Nope, I'm good.
Oh, yeah. And he's a vocalist. He's a
Yeah.
vocalist to a metal band, and he just drops somebody. That's typical big angry Russian man. But he
Yeah.
is damn good at what he does.
And he's a nice guy. That's the scary part too. Like when you like literally hit somebody and they're going, "Hey, how you doing? Nastrovia." Yeah, you know.
Exactly. That is literally some shit he'd do.
And then, luckily, that's what's cool about metal music too. Is like that the heavier the music and all that stuff, the nicer the guys are.
Usually is. Usually is.
Then you got like Ryan Cabrera, and he's a dick.
Right.
That's for real.
Yeah, it's the
No.
funniest thing. Like everyone hears that metal and that heavy, that distortion, and they're like, "Oh my god, these are evil people." And I'm going, "Are you kidding me? I got trapped in a Slayer pit, and they picked me right the fuck up." You know. And you
Yep.
got like I don't know whatever Dashboard Confessional. They'll punch you in the face if you try to get up there. You know.
Yeah, because I was at a Lorna Shore show and someone fell down in the mosh pit, and Will Ramos is like, "Hey, pick him up. Let's keep going."
Right. You pick them
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
pick them up, and then knock them back down. You know. what I mean?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Can't knock
Knock
them
it down the
if
right
they're on
way.
the ground.
Right. Mosh pit etiquette 101, kids. Deodorant and help them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, anybody who watches this, please wear deodorant in a mosh pit. Please. Do.
No shit. You're
Fucking
not wrong.
please. Oh,
You know, I've seen some big boys, and it's just a rail of onions coming at your
Oh,
face. Like,
yeah.
oh God.
that's what knocked me over. Not your 300 pounds. Your
Right,
smell.
right. I'm already on the ground because I just smelt you half a mile away with your
Right.
foot long from
You
Subway.
just bounced off the wall and already knocked me down.
You don't know the band sweating or smelling that dude just crying. Like, fuck, it's hot. Scrub your ass, fat man. Come on.
Awesome.
Fucking
Well, thank
wrong.
you so much. You've been awesome, and my technical advisor for the evening, and you actually saved my ass at the last fucking minute.
Literally.
No problem. Thank you guys for having us on. We really appreciate it. Hopefully, let us come back and have all of us on. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome.
Whenever you guys want to promote something, you just hit us up, and we would love to have you back on.
Definitely. Well, just make sure please, people out there watching, check out Carrie YouTube video. It's on everywhere, all the streaming platforms. Please check out Carrie. It's actually the first song I have written and released in 15 years. So it's my baby. and make fun of me for it. Please do.
All criticism is good.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah. No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Barb.
Thank you guys. Be safe.
Yeah, you have a
You
good
too,
one.
boss.